What's up guys, just a little vlog thing here. So I'm doing some winter prep work on my cars. I just inspect the bottoms of them and make sure there's no rust or whatever. And if there's rust, I like scrape it. I use some paint prep. I'll use rust reformer. I'll use color matched paint or whatever I need to do to seal it up for the winter and make sure it doesn't get worse, or to fix it. I always look on these parts under here. I took the plastic ground effects or whatever off of there that were on there from the factory. Clean it up, use the paint prep, put a layer of one stage color matched paint on there. Pretty much did this whole bottom section here. This is like real thick textured paint or something like that from the factory that just provides protection for this area. So you can just take a foam brush and go over this whole thing, and that is the result. Looks like pretty freaking good. What this video is really about is that hole right there. I was looking under here, saw some rust coming through the undercoating. I took a scraper and I started peeling at it and scraping it and everything like that, and this little metal panel was glued up in there. Somehow the water infiltrated through the undercoating, or it came in from above and touched this panel and just rusted it out. Apparently they didn't want to galvanize this little panel. And just for your information, the whole body of this car is galvanized or something like that from the factory, so these cars don't rust unless they've been hit or a giant stone chip compromises the paint and galvanization or whatever. And I do have that problem on the other side. Can you believe that this side used to look like that? Chipped, old, and now there's some more of my treatment. Just making the car look pretty decent from a distance. That's all I really care about. This car's so old, it's just not worth getting a $5,000 paint job, because I drive this thing in the winter and I use it a lot. So over the past couple of years, somehow this got compromised and rusted out. I think some water was trapped between the panels back there too, and that did not help it. So I need to grind that out of there and fix that up. I'm not going to be videoing that. You should see what I do to framed vehicles like my van. Basically I scrape what I can, clean what I can, use a coat of rust reformer on the whole entire bottom of the vehicle, and then a coat of high gloss black oil based paint. High gloss so things have a harder time sticking to it. Maybe I'll make a separate video on doing that this year when I do that. I'm waiting on a undercoating paint gun because it's good for spraying thick coatings and thicker paints, and whenever that comes in I will be doing that. Yes, I have some tires laying around here. I use them to put engines on and stuff like that, so they're not just litter, in case you're wondering. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I just cut out a piece of plastic to fill in that hole. I'm just gonna use some like black roofing adhesive and fill it in there and then spray it over with some undercoating, and that's gonna be that. Luckily the body around that hole is not rusting, so for those Porsche people out there, these are things you can do. And if you don't like what I do, you don't have to follow it. And the reason for all this winter prep is because here in PA and basically anywhere where it snows, they salt the roads heavily, and it absolutely destroys cars. So you put this sacrificial layer of paint over the car, or you can use actually transmission fluid, coat the bottom of the vehicle in transmission fluid or oil, and they make all kinds of different undercoating products that you can use. I just use oil-based paint because it's cheap and it dries, and I don't really want a coating of oil on the bottom of my car. Need to give a shout out to ASCdeals.com. They sent me these jack stands. They've been incredibly useful. If you need some jack stands, go check them out. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is what I'm doing today. Just thought I'd share it real quick. Peace.